Hello everybody, my Shaprem Namaskar to all of you. I am Rohit. Hope all of you are keeping yourselves in good health and spirit. So yesterday all of you may have certainly followed the news about Prashant Bhushan's contempt hearing matter that went on in the Supreme Court of India. Yesterday was the date reserved by the Supreme Court of India to pronounce sentence against the conviction of Prashant Bhushan. Prashant Bhushan has been convicted by the Supreme Court of India for two of his contemptuous tweets that he made against the Supreme Court of India, its recent functioning, and the role and performances of the last four CJIs, questioning their roles and performances. So, Prashant Bhushan has been convicted by the Supreme Court for two of his contemptuous tweets, and yesterday was the date reserved for pronouncing sentence against his conviction. So, during the hearing yesterday, in an astonishing move, Supreme Court of India decided to give 3 days time to Prashant Bhushan to reconsider his statement, to reconsider his stand, to reconsider his position. Despite Prashant Bhushan saying that he is not willing to reconsider his opinion. So I think this is very astonishing move. Astonishing in the sense that generally it doesn't happen that Supreme Court of India, after holding somebody guilty, after convicting somebody, giving time to reconsider his or her stand. Generally it doesn't happen. It may happen well before during the proceedings, before the convictions. During the proceeding it happens that the person concerned, the accused concerned, is given opportunity to reconsider his stand, his or her stand, or to show regret, to show remorse, but it happens during the proceedings only, not after the convictions. But yesterday the Supreme Court gave him time after his convictions. More astonishing is the fact that Prashant Bhushan himself refused to alter his stand. He said that giving him time will not serve any useful purpose, and he in all probability, in all likelihood, is not going to reconsider his statement. So in a way, Supreme Court of India forcefully gave him 3 days time to reconsider his opinion. Now in my opinion, it's a very demeaning scenario for the Supreme Court of India to find itself into, where it is offering somebody after his convictions, it is offering somebody, it is giving somebody an opportunity to apologize, and the person concerned is saying that I am ready to face the consequences, I am ready to face the punishment, but I will not apologize. And moreover, even the Attorney General for India has sought to argue on behalf of Prashant Bhushan. He has urged the Supreme Court of India not to punish him. So all of these have led Supreme Court of India to find itself into a very perplexing situations, a very catch-22 kind of situations, I would say, because the issue is really escalating. Because in recent times I do not remember that some of the prominent leading English newspapers of the country writing editorials on the same issue, right? The Hindustan Times, the Indian Express, the Tribune, the Telegraph, all of these leading newspapers have written editorial condemning the Supreme Court's judgment holding Prashant Bhushan to be guilty. So I think all of this have may have made Supreme Court little uncomfortable, and that is why Supreme Court wants to dispose of this matter by taking an apology from Prashant Bhushan, which is not willing to give. So why the Supreme Court has found itself in such a situations? What inferences does one get from the proceedings that have taken place hitherto? So I think that now Supreme Court is desperate to save its face in the matter, and it can save its face only through one route, and that route is if Prashant Bhushan gives an apology. If he shows any regret, Supreme Court will say that okay, we are large hearted, we are very generous, we are pardoning you, and we will dispose of this matter in this way. But Prashant Bhushan is not ready to give this opportunity to Supreme Court of India. He is very firm in his stance. He is saying that he will not apologize. So it's becoming very difficult for the Supreme Court of India to take an exit in this matter, which it desperately wants from here. So अगर हम बात करें ये कि क्यों यहाँ पे इस तरीके की स्थिति क्यों उत्पन्न हुई, इस तरीके की स्थिति में सुप्रीम कोर्ट आज अपने आप को क्यों पाता है कि प्रशांत भूषण को, जिसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कन्विक्ट कर दिया है, उसके बाद उन्हें उनके न चाहने के बावजूद उन्हें टाइम दिया जा रहा है कि आप रिकन्सिडर कीजिए, आप पुनर्विचार कीजिए, आप सोचिए, आप क्षमा मांगिए, आप पश्चाताप प्रदर्शित कीजिए। ऐसी स्थिति में सुप्रीम कोर्ट अपने आप को क्यों पा रहा है? मेरा मानना यह है कि प्राइमरली सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर फाइंडिंग इटसेल्फ इन such a situations. In my opinion, it should not have taken up this matter, this contempt matter. The time of the Supreme Court is too precious to devote itself into deciding about the nature of two tweets of an individual. In this case Prashant Bhushan. So प्रशांत भूषण बहुत सारे ट्वीट्स करते रहते हैं, बहुत सारे ट्वीट्स लिखते रहते हैं, दिन भर में 4-5 ट्वीट्स लिखते रहते हैं। और वो सिर्फ लॉयर ही नहीं हैं, पॉलिटिशियंस भी हैं, सब लोग जानता है ना। और बहुत सारे विषयों पे उनका भिन्न भिन्न ओपिनियन है, और मैं खुद भी उनसे बहुत सारे मुद्दों पे एग्री नहीं करता हूँ, है ना। और इनफैक्ट मेरा ये मानना है कि मैं 70-80% जो मुद्दे हैं, ख़ास करके जो वैचारिकी मुद्दे हैं, आइडियोलॉजिकल पोजीशंस है, मैं बिल्कुल भी एग्री नहीं करता हूँ, है ना। आई हैव अ डायमेट्रिकली अपोजिट आइडियोलॉजिकल स्टैंड देन व्हाट प्रशांत भूषण स्टैंड्स फॉर, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई बिलीव कि प्रशांत भूषण इज़ अ मैन ऑफ integrity. He is a very honest man. He has fought for the many prominent causes for poor people of this country. He has played a very pivotal role in bringing some of the biggest scams into public domain, like 2G spectrum cases, koila ghotala, coal allocations cases, and many others, not just scams. He has not just played an important role in bringing out scams in public domain, but he has espoused many issues of public importance, right? सो आई थिंक कि उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है देश के लिए, और अगर वो कुछ एक दो ट्वीट्स ऐसे करते हैं जो कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के कुछ जजेज को अच्छा नहीं लगता है, तो ठीक है, इसे इग्नोर किया जाना चाहिए। यह 135 करोड़ का देश है भारत, यहाँ पे लोग क्या बोलेंगे, बहुत सारे लोग बहुत कुछ बातें बोलते रहते हैं। सब बातों पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट को रिस्पॉन्ड करना ज़रूरी नहीं है ये कंटेम्प्ट पिटीशन से, और ये कंटेम्प्ट मैटर को लेकर के सुप्रीम कोर्ट शुड रियलाइज वन थिंग इन माय ओपिनियन which it has not realized in recent times, that we are living in a very different time frame. It's not Supreme Court functioning 20 years or 30 years before. We are living in 2020. बहुत सारे डिजिटल्स इंटरवेंशंस आ गए, फेसबुक है, ट्विटर है, व्हाट्सएप है, इंस्टाग्राम है, सब कुछ है। आप लोगों को बोलने से नहीं रोक सकते हैं। अब आप देखिए, प्रशांत भूषण के साथ साथ सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ट्विटर को भी पार्टी बनाया था, है ना, और ट्विटर को भी बोला कि एक तरीके से आप ट्वीट को डिसेबल कीजिए। ट्वीट डिसेबल हो गया, फिर भी लोग स्क्रीनशॉट्स लेके, और वो तो फिर भी इंटरनेट पे घूम रहा है ना। जितने लोगों तक, देखिए, प्रशांत भूषण कोई भी ट्वीट करते हैं, मैं उन्हें फॉलो करता हूँ, कोई भी ट्वीट करते हैं, जनरली 1000, 2000, 4000, 5000 लोग उसे लाइक और रीट्वीट करते हैं, है ना। बहुत ज़्यादा तो 8-10 हज़ार लोग लाइक और रीट्वीट करते हैं, और सेम ऑडियंस है ना, उनका सेम ऑडियंस है, वही लोग हैं जो उन्हें हर बातों पे रीट्वीट करते हैं। उन्हें इस बात पे भी उन्होंने रीट्वीट किया। लेकिन अगर उस बात को इग्नोर कर दिया जाता तो ये बात कहीं नहीं पहुंचती, बस उनके टाइमलाइन तक ही सीमित रहती, है ना। ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हो सकता था 1-2 न्यूज़पेपर उसे उठा के पब्लिश करते, ठीक है, कोई नहीं देखता। लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उनके खिलाफ कॉन्टेम्प्ट चार्जेस लगा करके, उन्हें कन्विक्ट करके, उनको ट्वीट को तो पूरे देश में फैला दिया, है ना। आज देश का हर एक नागरिक जान गया है कि उन्होंने क्या ट्वीट किया था, उस ट्वीट का मैटर क्या था। हर एक न्यूज़ टेलीविज़न में, हर एक पेपर में, हर एक जगहों पे सिर्फ यही चल रहा है। तो व्हाट पर्पस डिड इट सर्व, है ना। और जैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि इट हैज़ द पोटेंशियल टू, द भूषण ट्वीट्स हैज़ द पोटेंशियल टू अंडरमाइन सुप्रीम कोर्ट्स ऑफ इंडियाज इमेज ग्लोबली। तो आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क दैट he's a man backed by an ecosystem. We need to understand this thing, है ना. He has an intellectual ecosystem. If tomorrow Washington Post or New York Times, Al Jazeera and many other, Guardian, Independent, many other foreign newspapers decides to publish that Prashant Bhushan's tweet on its front page or anywhere in its newspapers, then what will Supreme Court do? Will Supreme Court send their foreign editors to jail? Will Supreme Court ban Guardian, Al Jazeera, WAPO, New York Times in India? Even today Rajiv Dhawan rightly pointed out that many former CJIs, many judges, many lawyers have stood in support of Prashant Bhushan. So will Supreme Court of India also bring them all into contempt? So I think it's not a practical scenario. This kind of thing should have been better ignored, and this kind of thing should be ignored. Judiciary should have a broad shoulder. See, it's not a political institution, it's a constitutional body, right? The most important constitutional body in the Republic of India, and it does not have pravaktas, that a spokesperson that it needs to defend every allegations put upon it. Supreme Court speaks through its actions, through its judgments, and if Supreme Court is standing up to people expectations, if it is living up to people expectations, 2 tweets of somebody, be it by anybody, Prashant Bhushan or even Attorney Generals, I would say, or anybody, 2 tweets will not harm its reputations. See, the irony here that I find is in this in this situation, I find the government of India or Prime Minister Modi to be more tolerant, because see, on a daily basis thousands of people abuse Modi's, है ना, thousands of people say him every sort of things, fascist, hatyara, darinders and what not. Does he ever respond? No. In most of the cases it doesn't, and all these tweets from very verified handles, है ना. There are people writing opinion pieces in New York Times, Washington Post, that this country has become a fascist country, authoritarian country, totalitarian country, what not. Every day this is happening, and government of India is responding through proper channel. It's not that they are punishing the editors, they are bringing the editors into they are throwing the editors into jail. This kind of thing is not happening. So certainly Supreme Court of India it should have more bigger heart than the government. No? Here the Supreme Court of India is displaying a smaller heart than the executive itself. That's a very demeaning situations for the courts in my opinion. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये अननेसेसरी बातों को उठाया गया है ना, इसे इग्नोर करना चाहिए था, और ऐसे चीज़ों को इग्नोर किए जाने में ही भलाई है ना, सबके लिए, है ना. पूरे बोलने का अधिकार है, सब लोगों को बोलने की स्वतंत्रता है, सबसे बड़ा बोलने की स्वतंत्रता जो है वो सबसे बड़ी है, और उसके लिए थोड़ा सा अगर कोई कुछ बोल दे तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बिल्कुल एकदम छुई मुई के पौधे टाइप, टच मी नॉट प्लांट टाइप व्यवहार करना चाहिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट को. सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज़ रियली सुप्रीम एंड इट शुड शो दैट इट इज़ सुप्रीम. सो देखिए, इतने सारे मेरा जो स्टैंड है, मैं प्रशांत भूषण के साथ हूँ इस मामले में. मुझे नहीं लगता है कि उन्हें पनिश किया जाना चाहिए, मुझे नहीं लगता उन्हें कन्विक्ट भी किया जाना चाहिए था, मुझे नहीं लगता कि उनके खिलाफ ये कॉन्टेम्प्ट केस चलाया जाना चाहिए था. इसके बावजूद मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि मैं उनसे सहमत नहीं हूँ, बहुत सारे मामलों पे बिल्कुल भी सहमत नहीं हूँ. जैसे उन्होंने एफिडेविट भी फाइल किया है, बहुत सारी बातें उन्होंने कही है, and I do not necessarily agree with every points he is raising or he has raised, but I certainly agree with some of them. For example, he has raised the matter of Kalikho suicide. You see, a chief minister of a state, a former chief minister of a state, hangs himself, writes a 60-page long suicide letter, puts his signature on every page. I have read that suicide letter. You people should also read that if you get time. That's available on internet. I think The Wire has published it, or some other platforms have also published it. You should read that. That person's writes, the former chief minister of the state writes in his suicide letter that the family members of the two Supreme Court judges approached him for bribe of rupees 49 crores or something like this, in order to give him a favorable judgment. Now see, if this kind of matter goes to Supreme Court, requesting Supreme Court to order an investigations, and if it doesn't order an investigations in the matter, what impression does it give in the minds of the common public? Here are the judges not playing a role in the erosion of the democracy, right? Of course they are playing. If they are not acting up in this situation, this kind of situations also, they are playing a role in the erosion of the democracy. No, maybe I do not agree with Prashant Bhushan in a broader sense. He has said many things. I do not agree with them, but the points he has raised, like this Kalikho suicide matter, Judge Loya matter. What was the problem if an investigation would have been ordered in the Judge Loya case? There are many reports filed by Caravan magazine, carried by Caravan magazine, that proved a prima facie foul play. What would have been the problem if an investigation would have been ordered, if an inquiry would have been ordered? Nobody was asking. Prashant Bhushan was not asking that you hang somebody, or you convict somebody, or you send somebody to jail. He was just asking for a simple inquiry to be ordered, a simple investigations to be ordered, the very first stage of any criminal investigations, very first stage of any proceedings. So that Supreme Court did not do. Similarly, the sexual harassment case of the way sexual harassment case was handled by the then CJI Ranjan Kapoor, he sat in his own cause. That was a very disturbing episode to witness, a man sitting in his own cause, डिसाइडिंग हिज ओन केस। शोभा देता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट को। आप बताइए, आप CJI हैं, आपके खिलाफ कुछ इल्ज़ाम लगा है, आप उसी मैटर में बैठते हैं, आप उसी मैटर में अपना जजमेंट सुनाते हैं, है ना। सेम हैपेंड इन दिस दीपक मिश्रा केस, मेडिकल कॉलेज ब्राइबरी केस, है ना। खुद का ही बेंच कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करके खुद ही सारा निर्णय ले रहे हैं। अब ये सब चीज़ में तो लोग बोलेंगे ही ना भाई, और सिर्फ प्रशांत भूषण थोड़े ना बोल रहे हैं, बाकी लोग भी बोल रहे हैं। आपके खुद सुप्रीम कोर्ट के 4 जजों ने in a very unprecedented move did a press conference, है ना, saying that there are many disturbing episodes going on in the Supreme Court internally. So many people are speaking, your own people are speaking. So if see, I do not agree with the way Prashant Bhushan formulated his tweets, है ना, and I do not agree with the contents of his tweets in its entirety also. But the crux is that Supreme Court has in recent times not stood up to the people's expectations. In migrant crisis also during this lockdown, the way Supreme Court dealt with all the things, it was it did not reflect that it stands for the people in the most disturbing of scenarios. So what are you there up to? If you are not standing up for people when they need you the most, of course people will criticize you, and you should have in that case a broad soldier to give a space to that criticism, to tolerate it. Otherwise, what is democracy all about? So I think the best way now, since the Supreme Court has found itself into a very perplexing situations, I think the best way to dispose of this matter, where even the image of the Supreme Court gets protected, is to overturn Prashant Bhushan's convictions in the review petitions, and maybe he is advised that he should not tweet in the manner he tweeted. He should be more careful in the formulations of his tweets, this kind of thing. Maybe he may be censored also, no problem in that. But if he is punished, if he is sent to prisons, you see Prashant Bhushan going to jail, this image will haunt India for decades to come. I am telling you, haunts India for decades to come. Such a person who has espoused so many public cause, if he is sent to prison, that will not send a very good signal about India's democracy abroad. So I think the Supreme Court should sanely dispose of this matter by overturning his convictions in the review petitions, and maybe advising him against using too aggressive language in future. That's all. Thank you so much. This is what my opinion was, and I thought to share with you all. Thank you.